Hi and welcome to our channel. Today we are going to make this hand sanitizer with the help of HTML and CSS. As you can see, it's responsive to all viewports and devices, so without further ado let's get started. I am using Visual Studio Code Editor for this tutorial. You can use any text editor for this project. First, I will make an HTML file with the name of index.html. Let us put the title as Hand Sanitizer. Now let us make our CSS style sheet with the name of style.css. Now let us link our style sheet with our HTML file. I am using Emmet abbreviation plugin to write code fast. Make a div element and put a class of bottle. Then inside this div element create another div element, give it a class name of sprayer. We will now make 3 more div elements and give them the class name of cap, droplets, and logo. Now we will make a div with a class of table. Let's write our CSS now. First I will set the margin and padding to 0. We will inspect it via DevTools in Chrome browser. Now write the styles for body element. Set the width to 100 viewport width and set the height to 100 viewport height. We will add background color to it. Now let's write styles for the table class and bottle class. Set the position property to absolute and set the property of relative to the table class. Set the top property to 100%. Set the width to 100 viewport width and height to 20%. Set the background color to white. Now add transform property to the table class and set it to translate on y-axis -100%. Now we will continue styling our bottle class. Set the width to 150 pixels and height to 300 pixels. Set the background color. Now set the bottom to 20%. Set left property to 40%. Now we will select our logo class. Set it position to absolute. Set top to 110 pixels. Set left property to 50%. Set transform property to translate on x-axis -50%. Set the width to 20 pixels. Set the height to 80 pixels. Now put a background color on it. Select the logo class again, this time use the pseudo element before on it. Put content as empty and set its position to absolute. Set the width of 20 pixels and background color. Now use the transform property to rotate it to 90 degrees. Set the height to 80 pixels. On the bottle, class add pseudo class before and set the content to empty. Now set its position to absolute. Set the width to 150 pixels and height to 150 pixels as well. Set its background color. Set top to 50%. And put the transform property and set it to translate on y-axis and set its value to -50%. Now select the bottle class again and this time put the pseudo class after on it. Again set its content property to empty. Put its position to absolute as well. Now set the top to 60 pixels. Set border or bottom to 60 pixels solid white in color. Set border or bottom to 60 pixels solid white in color. Set border left to 45 pixels solid transparent in color. Set border right to 45 pixels solid transparent as well. Put its height to 0 and width to 60 pixels. Set the z-index property to -1. Now let's make the bottle cap. First set its position to absolute as well. Now set its width to 60 pixels and set its height to 30 pixels. Set the background property to the color of your choice. Set left to 50%. Now we set the transform property and translate on x-axis give its value to -50%. Set the top to -90 pixels. We will now put select pseudo element before on our cap class. And set the content to empty. Set its position to absolute. Set the width to 40 pixels. Set the height to 15 pixels. Set the background color on it. Set the top property to -15 pixels. Set the left to 50%. And finally set the transform property and translate it on the x-axis give it a value of -50%. Set the same properties on the class of cap but select pseudo element as after. Change the width to 15 pixels and height to 35 pixels. Give it a background color of white. Set the top to -50 pixels and left to 50%. Set transform property and translate on x-axis -50%. Now we make sprayer, select the sprayer class, and set its position to absolute as well. Set the width to 60 pixels and height to 30 pixels. Set the background color of your choice. Now set the left to 50%. Set the transform to translate on the x-axis with the value of -50%. Set the top value to -170 pixels, set the border radius property. Now we will select the pseudo class element before on our class sprayer. Set the content to empty. Now set the position to absolute and give it a width of 150 pixels. Also give the height of 12 pixels. Set the background color of your choice. Now set the top to 50%. And set the left to 95%. Set the transform property and set it to translate on the y-axis. Give it a value of -30%. Set the border radius values. Now we do the same by selecting after pseudo element on our sprayer class. As always, set its content to empty and set its position to absolute. Give it a width of 60 pixels and a height of 12 pixels. Set the background color to white. Set the top 40 pixels and left to 180 pixels. Set the transform property and rotate it to 70 degrees. Set the border radius to 10 pixels. Now we'll finally make the droplets. Set the position to absolute as well and give it a width of 10 pixels. Set the height to 15 pixels. Give the border radius to 50%. Set the left to 200 pixels. Set the box shadow values as shown to give it a shadow effect. Congratulations, our hand sanitizer bottle is ready. As you can see, it's fully responsive to all different sizes. Thank you for watching and coding along. I will see you in next video.